Your ticket to this event comes with great responsibility. To conduct yourself responsibly, to be a good sport. School sports, educational athletics depend on an atmosphere of respect towards opponents and especially officials. In school sports, we expect good sportsmanship.
Dexter was on top of the white last season, right? I think they came down to only like one goal. But they placed the most voted. Oh, okay. I think it's my daughter's homecoming tomorrow. Are you able to look that stuff up for your notes? There's secstandings.com, okay, and it's got it goes on max prep too, right? Or no, SEC max prep. She's varsity.
So I can spell for you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Good evening.
crap.
Welcome to Florida State here today for a soccer match between the Dexter Dreadnoughts and your Saline Hornets. Starting with introductions, first the team from Dexter. Number 2, sophomore Connor Simpson. Number 2, sophomore Connor Simpson. Number 3, freshman Gerson Herder. Sophomore number 5, Ben Pritchard. Number 6, junior Jack Polka. Sophomore number 7, Phil Palazzolo. Number 8, sophomore Andrew Scher. Number 9, senior Evan Rushbrook. Number 10, senior captain Noah Lewis. Number 11, junior Darrell Bell. Senior number 12, Harrison Pym. Senior number 14, Niska Richards. Number 15, sophomore Archum Clifford. Number 16, freshman Juan Morales Hubbard. Number 17, junior captain Nick Williamson. Number 18, senior Grant Wagner. Number 20, senior Braden Lind. Number 21, senior Owen Laverty. Number 23, senior Jack Evans. Number 27, junior captain Aiden Newton. Number 48, senior Henrik Hansen. Goalkeeper sophomore Wiley Smith. And goalkeeper junior Peter Hallman. Dexter was led by head coach Drew Ducker, assisted by Jamie Lewis. Now, for your captain, from the Rams. Number 8, senior James Pulasinski. Number 9, senior Ian Winslow. Number 10, junior Dominic Rossi. Number 11, senior Noel Sompa. Number 12, junior Jason Eisler. Number 13, senior Zeke Gray. Number 14, junior Anthony Torres. Number 15, senior Jameson Barker. Number 16, senior Jay McCandless. Number 18, senior Colin McGrew. Number 19, freshman Christian Rossi. Number 20, junior Eli Roque. Number 21, junior Jack Gribble. Number 22, senior Jake Walker. Number 23, junior Zach Mitchell. Number 24, junior Ben Sundquist. Number 25, senior Sam Turner. Hornets are led by head coach Ronnie Williams, assisted by Jared Walls. Our officials for tonight's contest: Stan Virgin, assistant; Dick Schmidt, assistant; and referee Steve Best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Canavan, and welcome to SalineLive.com. Proudly broadcasting today boys varsity soccer for the Saline Hornets as they take on the Dexter Dreadnoughts. Altogether, looking at a fantastic game coming up as both these teams in the 2018 season sat atop of the SEC rankings for the red, for the Hornets, and the white division, respectively, altogether for Dexter. Dexter ended up finishing out second in the white division last year, but overall, looking at league play, Hornets in the SEC red went out 8-0-2 and came out SEC champions on top of the red division, whereas in the white for the Dreadnoughts, they came out at 10-2-2 overall in league play, only finishing out second to Pinckney. In that altogether white division tie-up was all coming down to just goals scored in the end. It was as close as it possibly can be. Now today will be an interesting lineup altogether as well, because both of these teams never met last year in play at all, and it'll be good to size up and see how both teams compare going into the 2019 season altogether. Currently looking at the Hornets now in league play as well. They started off really well in the season with a 7-0 win over the Grizzlies. Dexter themselves started off well as also with a 4-1 win over Bedford to start off their season as well. Now the Hornets, so get ready to start it off. 2 40-minute halves and a 10-minute halftime to kick off this match between the Dreadnoughts and the Hornets. Dexter far side, that looks like Ben Pritchard in contention there before shifted back, and Dexter still maintains possession. Far side, Simpson looking to start it off. Downfield, it looks to find Head. And Head to cut it there and try and close it up for the Hornets and send it back the other way. However, up and out of bounds. Dexter still maintains possession, looking at Bell now. Was the throw-in. Chooses the short option to Lewis. Lewis looks for the cross-field. Crossfield finds it to Pritchard. Pritchard tries to send it forward, finding its way to the Hornet box, however, knocked up and out and back across midfield. Zeke Gray on the far side in contention. Stavros. Back to Pickett. Far side to Palazzolo. Herner in goal for the Hornets this afternoon as well. Stavros forward past to Zeke on the sideline, far side. Centering finds its way there to Rossi. Christian Rossi, the freshman on the team for the Hornets this year. Foul called going the other way as Dexter gains possession now. Simpson to start it off here. Sends it downfield off of Sampa as he goes up and out of bounds. Dexter maintains position on the field. And it goes right back the other way with a quick blow of the whistle. Head to open it up for the Hornets. Looks for the long down the sideline pass to shift it well past midfield. Goes up and out of bounds. Bell to open it up with that throw in there. Shifted well back across field. Now we got Pickett on the far side for Saline. Shifted back well across midfield now. Stavros with the header sending it well down off of Zeke Gray on the far side and up and out of bounds. Possession shifted, maintained by the Hornets. Throw-in taken by Pickett finds its way all the way to Simpson on the far side. Or pardon me, Stavros on the far side. Stavros now. Back to Sampa. Head. Route with the chip shot, putting it well past. Over by the 40. Quick back and forth action that goes up and out of bounds as possession is maintained by the Hornets. Head with the throw in now. Zeke Gray is the recipient before quick touch back to Head and Sampa back to Gray. Martin. To Head. Sampa. And cut short there is outsped by number 17, Nick Williamson. Looking for the forward pass to find number 27, Hayden Newton for the Dreadnoughts. Cut short there, however, and picked back up by Head. Cross pass to Martin. Martin looks for Gray on that first one, but Kolka knocks it up and out. Dexter currently with possession now, trying to shift it forward, and we're looking once again at Newton. Newton trying to work his way into the box. Contested there heavily by 4 Hornet defenders as his shot goes wide left. Herner now. It's not set up. Okay. Throw in coming from Stavros on the far side. Intended, looks like it was going for Rossi, Dominic Rossi, but does not intact result in his possession. Far side now. Long chip shot and a header taken off of Will Palazzolo. Stavros. Quick touch and handed off from Rossi to Sampa. Sampa down low to Martin. Martin looking for options. Finds it downfield with a forward pass. Looks like it was intended for Stavros, but cut short there by number 7. Once again, Will Palazzolo for the Dreadnoughts. Stavros with heavy pressure in, looks to race it all the way into the Dreadnought box, however knocked up and away there by Palazzolo once again. Sampa at midfield. Quick touch and off to Rossi, now down to Head. Head finds his way to Martin. Martin looking for options, finds it with Dominic Rossi once again. Rossi knocked back to Laurence. Martin. Rossi to Martin. Pass just behind Head there, slows his progression downfield. Hornets with these four current players of Head, Rossi, Laurence, and then Martin all keeping the passing game and trying to slowly move downfield, however up and out of the way. Dreadnoughts try and put pressure and take it right inside. No whistle blown on that quick fall there by Evan Rushbrook. Could have been called, but it was not. Herner shift backfield. Zampa to Gray. Gray with maintaining possession looks to pass midfield and connect with Rossi. Rossi unable to connect with the ball, however cut short there by Dreadnought forwards. Long pass forward there taken by Scherner. Far side Rossi. Sideline play to Pickett. Pickett looks for the crossfield, decides to go back. Finds it with Laurence on the backfield. Down low to Mitzel. Head diving to keep it inbounds, unable to as it goes up and out, and Dexter gains possession. Far side, Rushbrook trying to maintain possession there in the far corner. Contested heavily though by Laurence overall. Gets it passed away to Palazzolo, however. Finds it over to Pritchard. Pritchard back over to Rushbrook before the whistle is blown and play is shifted back in favor of the Hornets as I believe it goes up and out of bounds. Pickett far side. Opens it up and sends it well downfield, looking to Zeke Gray, however. Knocked out by the Dreadnoughts. I believe that was number 2, Connor Simpson, with the touch on the ball, giving the Hornets possession on the far side. Throw in there taken by the Dreadnoughts. Quick header sends it right out of bounds by Saline, and Dreadnought still maintain. Throwing in finds Nick Williamson for Dexter. And long pass forward looks like it was going to find Rushbrook once again, however. Picked up by Saline. Sampa at midfield. Contested heavily by 2 Dexter forwards, Williamson and Lewis. Comes away with it, however. Rossi, far side, pass out to Pickett. Pickett, long pass forward, looks to find Zeke Gray, however cut short there with the header from Simpson. Contention now between 3 Dexter mids and looking at a hard effort there by Sen for Saline. Rossi now for the Hornets, taken away there by Lewis. Lewis, as whistle is blown and play is sent the other way as foul is called. Play started off, sent right back to Head. Under 30 now on the clock. Once again, there are 40 in each half for varsity play. head to take the throw in. Okay, I won't. Is it taped down? Oh, wow, okay. See ya. Cut away there back to Sampa. Sorry about that brief pause there, folks. Back over to Pickett. Pickett far side, contested there by Pritchard. Pritchard, quick steal and takes it away as he looks to send it back towards midfield. Finds its way. Newton, midfield, sends it down to Lewis. Lewis, back pass to Bell. Bell looking for the big crossfield, finds it to Pritchard. Once again, Pritchard kicks it up. Rushbrook up through the uprights once again. Like I always like to say, wrong type of football. However, possession shifted back towards the Hornets. Pickett with the long pass forward, sideline, connect with Simpson of Dexter. However, looks like he was intended for Gray. Lawrence, kick back to keeper. To head. Sampa, back to head. Down low to Martin. Martin looking for options. Tries to thread it through to Gray. Instead finds his way to Rossi. Gray down low corner. Looks for the crossing opportunity. Puts it up high. And off the head of a Dexter defender, number 7, Will Palazzola. Stavros on the close side. Sends it down low. We're looking at head now. Martin. Martin looks for the cross. Puts it right in front. Looks like deflected off of Simpson and up and out of the way. Sent out of bounds now as possession is still looking to be maintained by the Hornets. And what could be a valuable situation here as we have a Hornet corner coming right up. Stavros with the corner looking for the option, puts it right in front and collected there by the Dexter keeper. Play shifted well past midfield once again. Hornets looking to regroup and re-attack. Rossi at the middle to Gray. Down low to Sampa. Forward pass finds its way to Martin. Martin's got to race for it, however, because Simpson turning on the Jets to contest. And Simpson looks to come away with possession. Yes, he does. Simpson through Gray finds Sampa. Sampa sends it right back up, nearly up and out of bounds. Martin collects it for the Hornets, however. It was a 4-on-1 situation with 4 Dexter defenders against 1 Saline forward, putting a sticky and rough situation for the Hornets. Long chip shot sent back towards midfield. Finds Pickett before being knocked away. Rossi to Pickett. Backside to Lawrence. Lawrence down to Mitchell. Mitchell to Sampa. Sampa looks for options. Finds it in Martin. Martin sends it forward. He intended for Gray there, knocked away, and Sampa comes away with possession there for the Hornets after bouncing around for Pritchard for Dexter. Back to Stavros for the Hornets. Stavros takes the shot and finds it's on target, but somebody standing in his way as the Dexter keeper shuts him down. 22-21 on the clock. Score stands at 0s apiece. Still in the first half, though, and plenty of soccer to play. Lewis for the Dreadnoughts. Forward pass to Newton. Back pass there intended for Lewis once again on the far side. Newton now in the corner. Newton trying to work his way inside. As out comes Herner to shut him down. Forward pass there. Far side. Looking for the Hornets to make some pressure downfield. However, Dreadnought possession stands in their way. Simpson with the forward pass there to Schur. To Lewis. Bell, contested by Gray and Martin. Off of Martin, looks to go out of bounds. However, it's off of Lewis there, and the Hornets gain possession.
Checking in for Saline, number 6, Eric Kent. Number 22, Jake Walper.
In comes for Saline is Eric Kent and Jake Walper. Number 22, pardon me, and number 6. Gray with the quick touch there, picked up by Pritchard for the Dreadnoughts. Saline once again, Sampa on the backside to Laurence, down low to Walper. Forward pass and heavy contention there by Sampa. Somehow comes away with it despite the pressure from Scher. Mitzel racing cross field. Forward pass to Stavros. Stavros looks for the long centering pass. Intends to find Gray. Gray backs off instead. Kent was the option. Back to Sampa, back at about the 35-yard line now. To Walper. Sampa. Quick touch by Sampa. Intended to find Kent down low in the corner. Kent with the centering pass. As out comes the Dexter keeper. Diving and finds it. However, the Dexter keeper looks to have found a little contact. A little shaken up after that quick hit there. Well, midfield kick there finds its way in contention there with Christian Rossi. Now looking for Dominic Rossi on the far side. Over to Stavros. Stavros. Contested there by number 7, Will Palazzolo of the Dexter Dreadnoughts. In goes the Dexter keeper once again to break up the play. Dexter with possession to open up again. Long pass forward finds its way to Rossi once again. Dexter now with possession. Pritchard on the far side was the intended recipient, up and out of bounds, however. Pickett will have the throw-in for Saline. Between Rossi and now off to Dexter on the far side. Rushbrook trying to maintain possession, however. Up and out of bounds. Pickett to Rossi. Back pass to Walper. Walper looks for Kent down low. Kent with a quick touch sends it back up to Gray. Sampa, another long pass forward. Kept in bounds. Kent finds the cross long side. Ricochets off Palazzolo for the Dreadnoughts. Gray now. Forward shot sent up and out of bounds, out the end zone. So possession goes back to the Dreadnoughts.
Checking in for Dexter, number 12, Harrison Kim.
Gave me mine. He was going to give me yours. I'm like, I don't know what I'm seeing. So get him.
Harrison Kim comes in for the Dreadnoughts, number 12. Quick header by Scher there. Finds collected by Walper for the Hornets. Sampa with the quick touch. Williamson. Pass far side to Pritchard. Pardon me, Pritchard. Herner. Finds it to Pickett. Pickett to Rossi. Rossi looking for options. Dishes it back to Laurence. Laurence to Pickett. And back to Laurence. Far side to Walper as the Hornets look to set up play here. 20 minutes expired in the first half. We are halfway through. Scores still stand at 0s apiece. Sampa. Cut short there by Kim. Picked up once again, Rossi now. Outside pass to Gray. Gray chip shot. Cross field looks to find Stavros. Stavros in the thick of it with Palazzolo. Rossi once again on the far side. Crossfield tries to find Stavros and is crossing him. Unsuccessful, however. Pickett now. And whistle is blown and play is shifted as the Dreadnoughts gain possession.
Checking into the game for Dexter, number 14, Niska Richards. Number 16, Juan Morales Leverett.
In for the Dreadnoughts comes number 14, Niska Richards, and number 16, Juan Morales Leverett. Dexter keeper to start it all off. Sending nearly past midfield, picked up by Sampa though for the Hornets. Sampa using his speed and cuts in front of their Noah Lewis. Down goes Lewis, but Kent now for the Hornets. Slide tackle. Fair slide tackle goes up and out of bounds as the Hornets maintain possession here.
Checking into the game for Saline, number 16, Jake McCandless.
Jake McCandless comes in for the Hornets as out goes Dominic Rossi. Oh, no, pardon me. Not Dominic, in fact, is his brother Christian Rossi. Sampa. Cut short there and taken away by Nick Williamson. Williamson finds Richards. Richards still with possession. Tries to go for the forward pass intended for Newton, but cut short, however, there by the Hornets. Up and out of bounds. Dexter's maintain possession. Throw-in came from Kim as it went downfield. Newton with brief possession before the Hornets come and take it away. Laurence to Pickett on the far side. Pickett looks for options, sends it downfield. Picked up by Sure by the Dreadnoughts. Up and out of bounds there as the Hornets with the throw-in. Pickett. Stavros. Kick back to McCandless. Stavros chip shot there to Zeke. Zeke with the quick sent back to McCandless. Pickett looks for the crossing. Puts it right in front of the goal and collected there by the Dexter keeper. Sent past midfield. Sampa in heavy contention there as Dexter maintains possession. Newton looking to press downfield, however, kicked up and out in an attempt by the Hornets to steal. Up and out of bounds once again there by the Hornets. It was off Sampa as it looks like it. Like I said, folks, at the beginning of this broadcast, these are two teams who are respectively sitting at the top of their division, where we are in the SEC, the Southeastern Conference of Michigan. There are two divisions, the red and the white division. The red is mostly comprised of Saline, Ann Arbor schools, and a few others there, whereas the white, Dexter, Adrian, Chelsea, schools in that general direction of our conference. Now, last year they finished, the Dreadnoughts themselves, in the white. They finished second with league play at 10-2-2. With Saline in the red, finished first in league play at 8-0-2. Dexter had the SEC championship taken away from them, basically by just a few goals in total play altogether. Saline sat dominantly at the top. Quick touch by Sampa there, looks to be knocked up and out of bounds as possession is gained towards Dexter favor. Kim with the throw-in. Back to Kim and Lewis now. Forward pass from Lewis finds its way to Williamson. Williamson with a quick ricochet. Picked up by Stavros for the Hornets though. Stavros looks for the forward pass. Unable to make it through. Sampa now with the attempt. Sends it far side down low. Kept in bounds there by Stavros. On the heels of Kim. Kim sends it up and out of bounds. Hornets still with possession. Throw in to be taken by Walper now. Down by the corner. And what was a unique situation you saw there where the Dreadnoughts intentionally out of the ball there to keep it from crossing and give the Dreadnought defenders a chance to set up in the box. Christian Rossi steps in for the Hornets now, as well as Jason Heisler at number 12. Heisler with the throw-in. With a long throw and finds itself right in front of the box. Stavros looks for the shot, contested with many Dreadnought defenders standing in his way. Rossi nearly with collection there as Morales lever it now, racing downfield. Looks for the long pass forward to Newton, however, collected by Samuel Herner, the Saline keeper. Forward pass to Pickett. Pickett on the far side. Quick touch there by Rossi. Rossi back to Lawrence. Lawrence forward pass there. Looks to get it back across midfield in Hornet favor. However, cut short there by Lewis. Quick action there results in Hornet possession as Mitchell racing downfield finds his way to Gray. Gray looking for options as he sends it back and finds McCandless. McCandless crossfield. Stavros on the far side. Stavros long shot looking to place it in prime location for Kent, however, knocked out of the way there with a header by Kim, pardon me. In for the Dreadnoughts looks to come number 9, Evan Rushbrook. Throw in to be taken by Kim here. Finds its way down low to Williamson. Williamson looking to keep it inbounds, knocks up and out as possession is shifted back in favor of the Hornets.
In the game for Saline, number 2, Rhythm Sen, and number 9, Ian Winslow.
Rhythm Sen and Ian Winslow step in for the Hornets, number 2 and number 9, respectively. Throw in taken there by Heisler. Finds its way to Lawrence. Lawrence far-sided it. Forward pass there, finds Rossi. Once again, Rossi. Long forward sideline pass, finds it to Kent. Kent looking for the crossing opportunity. Knocked up and out of bounds there. As possession goes to the Dreadnoughts. Dexter opens up there with a forward kick, looking to knock it just short to find Sure. However, Kent is in the way for the Hornets. McCandless tries to maintain possession, however, knocked away and ripped downfield. Rossi far-sided to Sen. Sen finds its way back to Winslow. Winslow once again to Sen. Lawrence. Crossfield path threaded to Heisler. To Kent. Kent with the redirection there, trying to keep it inbound, sends it up and out, and Dexter gains possession. Under 10 now in the first half. Score still stands at 0s apiece. Far side there finds its way in contention with Newton. However, sent right back down as the Hornets regain possession. Heisler with the downfield sideline pass sent up and out of bounds as Dexter gains possession. Kolka opens up with a throw-in. Finds its way to Morales Leverett. However, knocked away and picked up by Sen on the far side for the Hornets. Sen tries to find the crossfield to Rossi. As play is stopped, or pardon me, the clock is stopped there. And it looks like a warning is being issued to number 8 for the Dreadnoughts, Andrew Scher. Winslow to open up. To Rossi. To McCandless. To Winslow. Forward pass trying to find its way there to Christian Rossi, however contested heavily by 3 Dreadnought defenders. Long pass forward there, nearly has the backspin to keep it from going up and out of bounds. However, Dreadnoughts gain possession now as it was kicked out by Saline. Play opened up there by the keeper for the Dreadnoughts. Gray looks to send it right towards goal, up and to the right, however, just out of reach. Dreadnoughts once again get to reset the situation. Kick sent near midfield there. Picked up by Sen. Quick touch to over to Gray. Gray cut short there by Simpson. Simpson looks for the crossfield pass to Lewis. Lewis in contention there with Heisler before finding a way through. Down to Newton. Newton rushing towards the corner, before being knocked up and out of bounds by Mitchell. Dexter maintains possession. Throwing to be taken by Lewis. To Newton. Back to Lewis. Kent with a brief touch before it gets knocked up and out of bounds. Whistle blown, going in favor of Saline as the Hornets gain possession. Heisler opens up. Finds its way back there to Mitzel. Mitzel, far side to Laurence. Winslow, forward past to Rossi. Centered to Sampa. Connected there with Noah Lewis of Dexter. However, Saline still maintains. Sampa. Side pass to Kent. Up and out of bounds. Possession is maintained, however, by Saline. Throwing to be taken by Heisler.
Number 14, Anthony Torres. Also in the game for Dexter, number 20, Braden Lind.
In comes for the Hornets, number 3, Connor Martin, number 14, Anthony Torres, and for the Dreadnoughts, in comes number 20, Braden Lind. In contention, they're up and out of bounds. Hornets regain possession there after it was knocked out there by Kim. Heisler to take the throw-in now. Throwing ricocheted off of Rossi. Contention and reverse kick there by Mitzel sends it back in favor of the Hornets, but quickly knocked right away by the Dreadnoughts. Herner tries to send it downfield, however contested there with Williamson, but picked up right again by the Hornets. Martin down the sideline. Finds its way to Torres. Across to Sen. Out in front to Martin. Knocked back to Rossi. And cut short and taken away by Pritchard there for the Dreadnoughts. Pritchard looks for Williamson. However, Christian Rossi stands in his way as the Hornets regain possession. Sen to Winslow. Winslow contested heavily by Rushbrook and Scher. Possession shifts back as the Dreadnoughts take over. Williamson sends it down low to Pritchard. Up top to Sen. Winslow on the far side. Long forward pass to Richards. Up and out of bounds there as the Hornets gained the throw-in opportunity. Winslow immediately headed out by Simpson there. Winslow once again sent well downfield. Knocked out once again there, looks like by Palazzolo. Winslow. Forward pass there finds its way to Sen, however quickly stolen away there by Simpson. Far pass there, Laurent contested by Lint. Winslow to Rossi to Sampa. Chip pass back to Heisler down low. Quick move sends it right towards Rossi to Martin. Martin looking for the option. Finds it with Rossi. Knocked back to Mitzel. Down low to Heisler. Under 3 minutes on the clock now. Scores still stand at zeros. Hornets looking to set up some sort of offensive movement here. Winslow on the far side. Long forward pass just out of reach as Simpson connects and sends up out of bounds. Hornets with the throw in. Winslow once again, far side. And that goes up and out as Dexter gains possession. Lint on the far side with the throw-in. Gives it up to Simpson. Lint trying to get the crossfield pass, however Simpson sends it well down. Off of Laurent. Picked up by Rossi, now to Sampa, back to Rossi. Heisler. Long pass forward, looks to find its way to Sampa. Crossing pass to Martin. Martin looking for options. Far side to Sen. Sen takes it back. Short cross there picked up by the Dexter keeper, sent up and out of bounds, however, as the Hornets gain another corner. With 1:10 on the clock, we are looking at another Hornet corner opportunity as Dominic Rossi takes it for your Saline Hornets. Places it right in front. Header there by Sampa and headed out of the way and saved by Jack Kolka. And what was an almost goal opportunity there for the Hornets, it's now being rushed back downfield. And the Hornets look to regroup for the last 45 seconds of the half. Herner sends it well down. Rossi with the quick touch. Recollected by Pritchard and the rest of the Dreadnoughts. Pritchard now. Shipped over to Rushbrook, pardon me. Heisler to Kim. Sampa now for the Hornets. Long pass forward, looks to find its way to Martin. Martin unable to keep it in bounds as it goes up and out, and Dexter gains possession. And with that said, folks, that is the first half of Saline versus Dexter. Altogether, the score still stands at zeros apiece, and we'll be back right after this quick halftime. And we're back for the second half of the boys varsity soccer match where the Dexter Dreadnoughts have come to Hornet Stadium to take on your Saline Hornets. Altogether, the first half turned out to be rather a defensive, yet Saline favored kind of game early on. I guess if you could probably pull up the statistics right now, if you could look at how things have been going, possession percentage, pardon me, excuse me about that. Possession percentages versus passing percentages and everything like that. The Hornets have had relatively high percentages down in the Dreadnought zone, and their time down there has been effective because they've had many shots on goal, whereas the Dreadnoughts themselves, while they have been able to work it downfield multiple times, haven't had a good setup that has resulted in them having a chance at a goal so far. However, we still have 40 minutes of play left, and we can see what happens in the second half here so far. Scores stand at 0s apiece, so let's get started. Up and out of bounds there as the Hornets get to start off here with Herner to kick it off. Long kick there finds its way to Rossi. Rossi knocked back to Sampa. De Stavros trying to keep it inbound, up and out as Kim now with the throw in for Dexter. Far side. Headed along there by Newton before being knocked back by Mitzel to Herner. Down low to Laurence. Pickett. To Rossi. Back to Laurence. Rushbrook. High shot. Sends it well back towards the corner and up and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Oh! Never mind. I believe Herner was calling for Hornet possession there, and I read his call. Instead, the Dexter Dreadnoughts get their first attempt here at a corner kick. Noah Lewis to take the corner. Chips it up right in front, just over the top, however. This play shifted well back downfield. And it's kind of funny, I was talking about how Saline has had many opportunities to set up by Dexter goal, and now this seems to be a little different here in the second half. Dexter now maintaining possession. It is still under 5 minutes played so far, but still. It can be foretelling for the rest of the half. Long pass there, finds its way to Gray. Gray racing his way downfield, contested by Simpson, looks for the crossing, puts it up. Oh, and a good save there, put up by the Dexter keeper. Knocked out of bounds, however, as now the Hornets gain a corner. And that was a great shot there. A great opportunity as well. You saw Zeke Gray rushing downfield. One of the guys who last year was on the track team as well. I believe it was Stavros as well, who was on the track team too. Step up and use his speed for his advantage. Now looking at the corner, the Hornets place it right out in front. Knocked away. Shot ripped by Laurence there, unable to find its way through a crowd. And once again, up and out of bounds. Hornets gain the corner again. This time Stavros to take it. Stavros to open up. Chip shot right in front. Headed from Laurence. Sampa. And picked up by the Dexter keeper. Possession, after penalty assigned there, possession still in favor of Dexter. Shifting down. And as you can probably tell in the background, this box is pretty full. As of right now, on the track field behind us, there are it's the JV football game against Chip Valley, the Big Reds from the Chip Valley, coming down as the Hornets will take on the varsity team at Wayne State tomorrow, which will be a fantastic event for Hornet fans. Forward pass downfield finds its way to Rossi. Rossi looks for Gray. Gray looks to put on the Jets and put it in front and gets his foot on it again. And another great opportunity. However, kicked away by the Dexter keeper. 2 near goals there by Gray. 2 attempts, 2 opportunities, shut down. Throw in by Head on the far side. Pickett. Laurence, pardon me. Far side. Martin looks for the crossfield pass. Stavros with the quick touch to try and keep it in Hornet favor. Kept in bounds there by Pickett as it's knocked back to Herner. Herner looks to reset for the Hornets. Well downfield, picked up by Rossi. Christian Rossi, the freshman of the varsity team. Head to Sampa. Knocked away there by Noah Lewis for the Dreadnoughts. Kim to Lewis. Sent back to Simpson. Simpson forward pass, looks to find his way all the way to Lint. Up and out of bounds. Dreadnoughts still maintain possession, however. Throw in taken by Kim. Lewis racing after that, collides there with Laurence. Unable to maintain possession right in front of Hornet goal. Bell on the far side over to Williamson. Williamson trying to rush his way all the way on the inside. Finds his way colliding there with Laurence as he goes down. Martin now for the Hornets. Forward pass trying to get it out of the danger zone there for the Hornets. Coco with a long pass downfield for the Dreadnoughts, trying to shift it back in their favor. Rushbrook now. Knocked away. Williamson. Looking for the quick touch there to send it down to Kim, however, picked up by the Hornets. Martin on the far side. Forward pass there. Finds its way to Simpson for the Dreadnoughts. Simpson now contested on the far side by Rossi. Williamson. Long pass sent forward there. Collected by the Hornets. Sampa near with the touch. Williamson now for the Dreadnoughts. Pass down low. Picked up by Stavros in a quick spin there. And sent back in Dreadnought favor. Sent forward. Stavros. Long pass forward. Looking to connect with Martin. Finds his way to Kolka, however. Up and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Head with the throw-in now.
Checking into the game for Saline, number 6, Eric Kent.
Hornets gain Kent as out goes Martin now. Number 6 in change of number 3. Throw-in taken by Head. Looks to find Gray. However, now Head once again with possession. Chip shot places it right left side. Dexter box. Race between Stavros and looks like Kim before whistle is blown. Throw in. Stavros. So Rossi. Up and out of bounds. Pickett the throw in. Throw in to Gray. Gray finds its way to Rossi. Rossi out in front, contested, surrounded by 6 Dexter defenders, however. Whistle blown. Dexter gains possession. Play opened up by Simpson. To Williamson. Williamson finds his way over to Lewis. Picked up by Head on the far side for the Hornets, however. Down to Sampa. Sampa looking for options. Finds it in Rossi. Knocked back to Laurence. Quick touch by Pickett, sent back to Rossi. And now Sample. Pickett from the sideline looks to send it towards Gray once again. Sample trying to maintain Hornet possession there. Looks to send it all the way back to Laurence. Laurence back to Sampa. Option forward to Stavros. Stavros beaten by Kim there with the quick touch. However, Stavros now leading pass finds its way to Gray. Gray contested by Simpson. Gray looks for the crossing pass to Stavros. However, looks like offsides was called. Shifted back as Dexter now with possession. Far side, Rushbrook. Williamson. To Lewis. Crossing pass there looks to find its way to Newton, however knocked away by the Hornets. Bell to Rushbrook now. Long shot sent downfield. Gray to outspeed Coca on the far side. Gray contested only by Simpson. Looks for the option. Has some help there with Rossi. Unable to connect there with Rossi, however. Under 30 now. Score still stands at 0s apiece. Dexter with possession. Bell to Williamson. To Rushbrook. Finds its way to Lewis. Knocked back to Simpson. Simpson long pass sent forward. Looks to find its way all the way to Newton. However, cut short there by Mitchell. In for the Hornets comes number 2, Rhythms Sen, and number 16, Jake McCandless for the Hornets. Throw in taken by Head on the far side. Picked up by Bell for the Dreadnoughts. Forward pass there to Lint. Contested heavily by Pickett and Rossi.
You expecting a big turnout from Saline there tomorrow night?
Lewis
One wants
to Gray.
Yeah, I know.
Gray with the quick action there to avoid.
Go with, he works in Dearborn, so
McCandless. Forward pass.
you okay over there?
Collected there by the Dexter keeper.
I don't even know Lake State had a football state.
Sen
It would make sense to have a team.
looks for the option and Rossi down low. Sends it back to Pickett. Pickett looks to send it back
Saline boys went there.
even further. Laurence. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell far side, I believe, to Kent. Sampa. Crossing pass there. Interrupted there by Simpson. Picked up for the Dreadnoughts. Quick action. Jumped around and once again picked up by the Hornets. To Sen. To Rossi. Rossi out in front. Chips it up. And out of bounds. Dexter to open up here. Keeper sent downfield. Stolen away there by Kent. Mitzel, back to head. Sampa now. And whistle blown, Hornets still maintain. Sampa. Pickett. Rossi. Long pass forward, looks to find Gray. It does. Kept in bounds there, and Pickett now. To Gray. Gray still with possession, and just knocked away there by Lewis for the Dreadnoughts.
In the game for Dexter, number 5, Ben Pritchard. Number 14, Niska Richards. Also in the game for Saline.
In for the Dreadnoughts goes in Ben Pritchard,
Number 22,
number 5, and then number 14, Niska Richards as well for the Hornets. Number 22, Jacob Walper steps in for your Saline Hornets. Farside Newton trying to make pressure on the Hornet defensive zone. However, Sen now with possession looking to race down the sideline, knocked out of bounds there by the Dreadnoughts. Andrew Scherer there, setting it up and out of bounds. Williamson. Down low to Richards. Tries to knock it in with a short cross, however. Up and out of bounds off of Saline. Dexter possession. Kim with the throw in. Mitzel. Pickett. Newton trying to work his way across the front of the box, however, stolen away there by Rossi. McCandless with the far pass there finds its way to Kent. Cross out front. Gray. Knocked up and away, picked up by Williamson. Gray hot on his tail, however. Forward pass to Pritchard. Pritchard downfield, looks for Richards. Richards has it taken away there by Pickett. Pickett once again back down the sideline. To Rossi. Back to Pickett. Simpson looks to outspeed. Quick tackle sends it up and out of bounds as it looks like the Hornets are going to gain a corner, and they do. Dominic Rossi to take the corner kick for Saline. Puts it right up on the far side of the box. Header there by Gray, or pardon me, McCandless, collected by the keeper. McCandless now. Quick touch by Rushbrook for the Dreadnoughts, picked up by Bell, now up and out of bounds, and now the Hornets regain possession.
Checking into the game for Saline, number 19, Christian Rossi.
Christian Rossi steps in for the Hornets, number 19. Sure, to Simpson. Simpson with a long pass forward looks to find Newton, however, unsuccessful. Herner knocks it away for the Hornets there. Far side. Collected by Pritchard. To Williamson. To Pritchard. Williamson now. Trying to thread his way through Hornet defenders. Sure now. Williamson. Threaded shot collected there by Herner in a textbook save. Far side now, Sen looking to be right in front on their own before whistle is blown and play is reset as it goes in favor of the Dreadnoughts. As it looks like the call is against Sen, I believe. Simpson to open up. Cantless over to Sampa. Sampa. Players want a call on that one. However, there's nothing in response. Oh, there it is. Hornets gain possession. Hornets open up. Far side finds Gray in front of the box. And what is a 5-on-3 situation with Dexter defenders in mid. Sen still with possession for the Hornets, however. Raced up and out of bounds and saved there before the corner was awarded to Saline, and now a throw-in instead to Pickett. Pickett sent down low to Rossi. Over to Sampa. To Rossi. Knocked back there to Laurent. Pickett. To Rossi. To Sampa. Back to Pickett. To Rossi. Forward pass there looks like it was intended for McCandless. However, Zeke with possession there before being knocked away and picked up by Williamson for Dexter. Looks to connect there with Newton. However, Sampa stands in his way and regains possession for Saline. Mitchell in the back. Sent far side to Heisler. And Kent in heavy contention over there as sent up and out of bounds by Dexter, and the Hornets gain possession. Sampa. Forward pass intended for McCandless, knocked away and sent far side by Williamson. Laurence to Herner, back to Laurence. Sent down sideline to Sen. Sen looking to set up Hornet momentum. However, stuck in front of Hornet goal right now. Unable to successfully clear as it keeps being brought back right there with Darrell Bell racing it right inside. Newton takes a shot and goal and stonewalled there by Hernard. Dexter with possession now. Placed right in front of Hornet goal there, knocked about quite a bit before Dexter still chip shot up and out of bounds as Herner now will have possession.
Clifford, number 16, Juan Morales Lever. For Saline, number 1, Braden Stavros. Number 3, Connor Martin. And number 10, Dominic Rossi.
In the 6 total subs, we just have Braden Stavros steps in for the Hornets, along with number 3, Connor Martin, and number 10, Dominic Rossi. For the Dreadnoughts, in comes number 7, Will Palazzolo. number 15, Artyom Clifford, and number 16, Juan Morales Leverett for the Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts to open up now with possession. Long shot sent well downfield, looks off the head of McCandless. Quick touch there by Bell, picked up by Gray. Gray looking to send it down to Rossi. To Stavros. Stavros, long crossing pass there. Off the head of Lewis. Back with Rossi, left side just wide of the goal. Up and out of bounds. Dexter gains possession. Dexter to start off, looks off the head of Stavros, picked up by Simpson there. Stavros to interject, however, unable to pull through with that one. Richards. Heavily there, contested by Pritchard, or pardon me, Pickett and Stavros. Stavros now. Knocked up and out of bounds as Dexter with the throw-in. From Palazzolo to Simpson. Simpson sending it down the sideline, looks to find his way to Richards. Laurent's up and out of bounds as Dexter, once again with the throw-in. Palazzolo with the throw-in. Kept in bounds, I guess, from the close side. Flags up and out of bounds. Harner now. Downfield. Looks to shift it well in Hornet favor. Down to Stavros. Stavros contested there by Palazzolo. Stavros sending it forward. Looks to find his way to Gray. However, headed away there by Simpson. Rossi now with possession for the Hornets. Stavros still unable to keep it in bound there as the Dreadnoughts gained possession. Throw in there came from Palazzolo once again. Zampa for the Hornets, finds Gray. To Rossi, far side. To Martin. Got short and picked up there by Scherer. And down goes Bell. The play continues on the far side. Martin to Sampa. As possession goes in favor of the Dreadnoughts as it goes up and out of bounds off Sampa there. Heavily contested on the far side, picked up by Mitzel and sent forward to Martin. Pass trying to find its way to Zeke Gray, but cut short. Sampa now. Crossing pass, looking for Stavros, cut short there by Palazzolo. Richards. Pickett. Stavros. Knocked away there by Pritchard for the Dreadnoughts. Clifford racing downfield. Out of bounds as the Dreadnoughts now with possession. Throw in there collected by Laurent. Up and out of bounds now as the Hornets gain possession.
Checking in for Saline, number 2, Ridham Sen, number 5, Jason Head.
Richardson and Jason Head at number 2 and number 5 step in for your Hornets. Throw in by Pickett. Down the sideline, set up and out of bounds. As it goes in favor of the Dreadnoughts there. In comes number 10 and number 27, Noah Lewis and Hayden Newton for the Dreadnoughts. Zampa sending it well downfield, looking to find Gray. Gray outsped by Simpson there. Simpson off of Gray as possession is maintained by the Dreadnoughts now. Throw in there, picked up by Pickett to Stavros. Chip shot sent towards goal, collected by the Dexter keeper. Head on the far side for Saline. Looks to find Rossi. Cut up by Morales. Leverett now. Pass back, that was from Clifford to Morales. Leverett unsuccessful and picked up by Head for Saline once again. Sent downfield. Williamson now for the Dreadnoughts to Lewis. Morales. Leverett to Lewis. Down low to Newton. Newton contested by Pickett. Newton looking for the crossing option. Trying to work his way inside. Pickett there. With heavy defense. Sent back to Palazzolo and collected there by Herner. Far side send, knocked back to Head. Zampa. Taken away there by Williamson. Williamson puts up the shot and collected there by Herner, and a great save. Herner down pass, looking for midfield there. Laurence. Pass looks to be collected there by Stavros. Stavros trying to put on the Jets against Palazzolo. Outsped, however. Laurence now. Chipped up to Pickett. Quick touch by Sampa. Mitchell trying to send it forward. Knocked back to Sampa. To Pickett. Rossi. Up and over Gray and the 3 Dexter defenders. Collected by the Dexter keeper. Header by Morales. Leverett there, and possession by Lewis, however, contested heavily there by Rossi. Down to Stavros. Lewis again. To Newton. Quick touch by Mitchell. Palazzolo. Lewis. Far side Morales. Leverett sent up and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession here. Off of Rossi. Rossi looking to make forward movement here. Send it to Sen on the far side. Pass back to Rossi. To Sampa. Cut short there by Williamson. Williamson racing downfield. Looks forward pass there. Found its way to Clifford. Lewis now. Contested by Rossi once again. Finds DeGray. Rossi up in a 4-on-1 situation. Knocked back to Gray. Slide tackle there taken against Gray. Finds it successful and knocks away the Hornet advance. Laurence to head. To Mitzel. Sen on the far side. Quick touch by Rossi. Tries to find his way back to Sen. Goes up and out of bounds. And the Dreadnoughts regain possession. Andrew. Is that correct? Adams High School. In substitutions, Eli Root steps in for the Hornets at number 20, and number 9, Evan Rushbrook, and number 5, Ben Pritchard, step in for the Dreadnoughts. While this game is coming down to the final minutes with scores still tied at 0s apiece, as we are at 4 minutes now total. Next Saline Varsity game will be September 3rd at Adams High School. Game starts at 7 p.m. And their next home game, chipped up shot collected by Herner. Their next home game will be September 5th versus Skyline here in Hornet Stadium. Our next broadcast will be another Friday Night Lights experience, as first Hornet home game will take place on September 6th at 7 p.m. You can catch us on SalineLive.com. Far side, we have a card being awarded. Looks like it's going to
Checking in the game for Saline, number 3.
Dolent on the close side. Clock being set to 3:21. After the yellow was assigned. Dexter to start with possession still. Williamson to kick it off. And there's the whistle. Up high and right, up and out of bounds. Hornets regain possession there in a nail-biting situation, as just over 3 minutes remain on the clock. Herner to midfield, collected by Gray. To Rossi. Forward pass there. Stavros contested and knocked out of the way there by Palazzolo. Out of bounds as Pickett gets the throw in. To Rossi. Knocked away there by Pritchard. Newton rushing downfield, side pass to Pritchard. Pritchard looking for the cross, contested heavily by Sampo. As whistle is blown, and I believe it's against Saline. And a dangerous free kick opportunity just taking place outside left side of the Hornet box. Noah Lewis Knocks it right inside and ricochets. Looks like it ricocheted off of head there. And the Hornets gained a little bit of breathing room before the whistle was blown and shifted back. Two minutes on the clock. Laurence, far side. Tries to find Gray, contested there by Kolka. Picked up by the Dexter keeper and sent right back towards midfield. Cherry trying to send it back down, however. Mitzel finds it to Sampa. Quick touch by Sampa, collected by Pritchard. And to Williamson. Williamson down low to Newton. Picked up by Pickett, however. Up and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Is there one more rep for the varsity?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he always the main rep?
Herner to open it up for the Hornets. Williamson now stolen away there by Rossi. Far side. Head sends it far side to Martin. Rossi now. Back to Martin. Up and out of bounds. Under a minute on the clock. Scores at 0s apiece. As the Hornets are now looking for an interesting situation here. Throwing taken far side, trying to put pressure on the Dreadnoughts. Up and out of bounds once again. Throwing to be taken by the Hornets. Under 30 on the clock. .20 seconds. Pass from head. Placed right in front. Williamson collects for the Dreadnoughts and runs it right downfield. Contention by head. Trying to work his way inside. Knocks up and out of bounds. And Dexter gains the throw-in. Far side. And there you have it, folks, as time expires. Final score stands at Saline 0, Dexter 0. Altogether in a very exciting game. Once again, you can catch us again September 6th for Friday Night Lights as varsity football at 7 p.m. And you can find it at salinelive.com. And as always, my name is Patrick Canavan. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time for some Friday Night Lights.